My name is Thales. I am the first philosopher because I sought out a natural explanation of things. I come from a rich intellectual heritage. I traveled to Egypt and Babylonia to seek a deeper understanding of the universe that goes beyond magic and spirits. During this time, Egyptians had possessed for centuries the knowledge of geometry, which later I demonstrated. During my travels, I was influenced by these cities because of their advanced civilization. Although they used the knowledge in practical ways, such as using geometry for farming, or religiously, like anatomy and physiology, to prepare the dead for the afterlife, I emphasized natural explanations as opposed to supernatural ones. I say things in the universe consist of natural substances and are governed by natural principles. That is, they do not reflect the whims of the gods. I searched for one substance, or element, from which everything is derived from, and later concluded that it is water that life depends on. Water exists in many forms. For example, ice, steam, hail, snow, clouds, fog, and dew. I think my conclusion of water being the primary substance has considerable merit. I was also the first to predict a solar eclipse. I did this by looking at stars and the planets, and by applying geometric principles to the measurement of things. For example, I would look at the heights of buildings. I have also cornered the olive oil market by predicting weather patterns. I would have to say that I made practical accomplishments during my life. These accomplishments brought great fame to myself and respectability to philosophy. I say this because I showed knowledge that minimized supernaturalism and emphasized how nature can provide power over the environment, which is something humans have been seeking since the dawn of history. It was I who started the critical tradition that was to characterize early Greek philosophy. Another important thing about me is that I offered my ideas as speculation and welcomed criticism. I do this so that I can improve on my teachings.
Hello, I am Anaximander. I was a student of Thales. I studied under him, and then later studied with him. I too believed that, like him, there must be one substance from which all else is derived in nature. He believed that that substance, or let's call it the physis, was water. He believed that all nature, everything must be derived from water. I do not believe so. I feel that although water can change its states into ice and steam, it is only wet and can never be dry. I believe that this substance, this physis, cannot just have one property. To truly be something that is part of everything in nature, you must be unbound. I believe that something, the physis, cannot be bound to only one property. It must be capable of creating anything, of any property, no matter how different or opposite that property is. It cannot be bound by any laws. It cannot be defined. It is boundless and indefinite in nature, and infinite in its capacity. I called that substance the apeiron. I also had my own basic theory of our evolution as a species. I saw it that through a combination of earth and water, fish arose within the sea. Much like infants spend a period of time within their mothers, growing and developing, being nurtured and being protected, we spent our time being nurtured and growing within the fish. After a while, humans emerged, fully developed, and they took to the land, ready to spread out throughout the world, and that is the origin of our species. I also had my own idea on the origin of the cosmos. A germ, pregnant with hot and cold, was separated off from the eternal, whereupon out of this germ a spear of fire grew around the vapor that surrounds the earth, like a bark round a tree. And there you have it. I gave the thought of the physicist being boundless, infinite, something that possibly could not be fathomed, but was necessary for everything in life to exist. I also gave a rudimentary theory to how we as a species came to be. And that is what I contributed.